Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so this is a video that needed to be made today. Okay, so today we are talking about the dollar bill. We are talking about the money. Okay, so like some people like to say, money is the root of all evil things, which is not true. These are people, usually people with no financial background or no financial education who usually say stuff like that. But reality is money actually make the world goes around, because why else would they get up in the morning to go get it? Because we need the money. Okay, but at the same time, do we spend our whole life chasing it? Some people like to think of it as the rat race, where you spend your whole life chasing after something, chasing something that you'll never have. Because the reality is, I don't want to spend my whole life chasing after the money. I don't want to spend the rest of my life chasing after the money. But it seems as if that we're living in a world where you get up, go to work, and then come back home. And you do it until you die. And I kind of think that this is fucked up, because this is the second time I'm actually making this fucking video. Because the first one is that shit was on mute. Which kind of pissed me off, because I'm actually redoing this damn video. So everything that I did prior was a waste of time. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm like, fuck it. This one actually not gonna be at the same standard according to the first one. But hey, we'll move on. You guys are getting second. Second. But the first one was better. But life goes on, because I'm actually forcing myself to actually do it again. But hey, yes. Let's get it over with so that we can just say that we had one. But okay, so let's get back to the topic. The topic is money. So we chasing money, okay? So chasing money, running after money. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Okay? So as you can see here, we do have, let's just call the guy sitting on top the owner, and the guys at the bottom are employees. Okay, as you can tell from here, these are employees who are eagerly working for something that they will never have. They will never have enough money compared to the owner. Okay, and the reality is, we spend half of our life chasing after a dream, chasing after something to get more out of us, so that this motherfucker right here can go out on a vacation and enjoy the simple things in life. Okay, but a lot of the times people I guess you can say that people literally sell themselves to their job. Another way you can actually look at it is modern day slavery, because you gotta, I mean, that's everybody. So you gotta spend the rest of your life chasing the money that you never actually have. Okay, you wake up every day, whether you're sick or not, whether you're not feeling good or not, your ass gotta get on the clock and make this guy his money, because he gonna give you a penny. And not only that, because they're too busy trying to sell you a false reality. Oh, work all your life, work until you retired. Let's just say you're gonna retire at the age of 70. I know it's 68 or 69 or some shit like that. I don't remember the exact age. But just to make it worse, let's just say you work until you turn 70. You're fucking 70 years old. and you're chasing after money, and you're getting up early in the morning to go clock in and somebody clock in so this motherfucker can go out on vacation and enjoy his life. That's kind of fucked up shit. That's kind of fucked up shit. But that's the reality. That's the reality that we found ourselves in. Working and barely get by. At the end of the day, your bank account is always low. It's never where you wanted it to be. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But majority of people fell for this trap. They spend their whole life running, chasing. Okay? That's like chasing after something that wasn't designed for you to ever have it, because the system was not designed for the average person to have it going on like that, because the system was designed to keep the people working so that Mr. Government can actually get the first pick, and then they give you the rest, and they be like, here you go, son, go get yourself a soda, and then get your ass back on that clock. That's kind of fucked up. Because the reality is, even I was in that, well, I'm still a part of that race trap, the rat race. But I feel like the difference between me is that my eyes are open and I can see the reality. I can see the reality. And I'm pretty much fortunate to be in a point in my life where I don't have to work that 9 to 5, where I'm not a slave to the clock, where I have to go clock in. Because it's kind of funny that you have all these people on YouTube making videos, oh, side hustle this, side hustle that. You can make X amount of money here, X amount of money there. But the reality is, a money that you have to chase the money that you have to chase really not gonna get you nowhere. The reality is, you have to be able to get the money to chase you, because you can only chase the money for so long. I mean, look at this guy. If we look at this guy, for example, how long do you think he can chase the money? He can only chase the money for so long, because there's only 8 hours in a day. So he can only chase for so long. But if the money is chasing you, you have a better chance of winning. I mean, you're not going to win the game, because it wasn't designed for you to win. But you can be in a position that let's just say that you'll be in a better position versus these guys right here. Well, I mean, both of them do the same thing, but these guys look way rough compared to this guy. But they're all doing the same thing. But that is the reality that we are currently living in. But that's life. At the end of the day, we owe ourselves accountable for where we at. We have to educate ourselves financially, because people are so comfortable just going to work and go back home because they got a paycheck. So they are comfortable with that. Because I like to think of it as, why should I be satisfied to eat the scrap that fall off the rich plate when I have the power to build my own table and sit at the head of my own table? I mean, that's pretty much how I look at it for myself. That's how I look at it for myself. But to be honest with you, I honestly think that that's pretty much how I'm going to continue to look at it. I think I use it as a motivation to do better, and I think it's been working out for me. Because as an average person, we don't have access to the money like we want to be able to do what we truly want to do with our life. So we stuck in that 9 to 5 race, rat race, and just keep on racing after the dollar. It's something that we that wasn't designed for us. And another method that they use to keep the people loyal is that, oh, work until you reach the age of retirement, which I think is kind of fucked up because they're selling you a false reality. Oh, you can work until you're retired. I'm not, bro. I'm fucking 70 years old. Let's just say you retired at 70. I'm fucking 70 years old. I can't even get my dick up no more. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? And half of that fucking money gotta be spent on hospital bill because my fucking knees is hurt because you old. So technically, they just eat your whole life because you were too busy chasing after a fucking dollar bill. And most people don't realize that until it's too late. And you can't tell them that they make a mistake because they're gonna realize that how fucked up they are and how they just get fucked by the system. But that's the cold honest truth, because the reason why they don't really teach us financial literacy in school is that so that they can keep us as employees. And as long we are employees, we're going to work. Mr. Government always gonna get his first pick, and then they'll give you the rest. Because if they teach you the rules of money, you're gonna learn to use money toward your benefit to do better for yourself. So that means less people going to the workforce to get their money, pretty much. Because the reality is, no matter how sick you are, you gotta get up and go get the money. Shit, you can't even afford to get sick to guarantee this guy his money. And because these employees show up faithfully to come to work, this motherfucker right here never have to worry about money problem a day in his life, because these dumbasses are so loyal. They show up to work because of fake promises they made to them, and they faithfully show up and work like hell to make sure this guy never have to worry about money ever in his whole lifetime. And the sad reality is we do have people who actually the whole world is actually, I'm not gonna go to the extreme and say the whole world, but there is a good hand of people who are actually currently doing that. But reality is, most people don't even want to educate themselves financially because they currently satisfied with where they at. So they satisfied to work until they die, because the reality is the system work you until you die. Because it's the same thing that they sell you the American dream. Yay, the American dream. Own a house, have 3 kids, have a dog, have your house, whatever it is, white fence and all that. But imagine, if you really think about it, most people don't hit a certain level in their life until the age of 30. Let's just say you got a 30 years mortgage. So you got 30 years to put money in this guy's pocket. 30 years. So the reality is, I think the average person got cheated out of their own life, because they spend half of their life running to make $1, and then while they're making $1, they don't realize that they're actually making this guy richer by the second. It's like a call center. Each sales you make, you get this percentage, but the reality, how much money the company made. Because if they give you $1, they must make 1,000. I'm just saying. And then you faithfully show up to work because you get $1. Because the reality is, most people fail to work on themselves, because it's the same way of learning finance education from a homeless person. Because I remember when I was in high school, I used to think that my the guy that was teaching us finance, I forgot what the class called, but I used to think that he was a shit because he know so much information, or compound interest and all that bullshit, things that you can go online and just learn the basic terminology. I used to think he was the shit. But hey, the reality is, we fail to understand that we're learning financial education from a homeless person. Because reality is, teachers do not make that much money. Why? Because I was a teacher. Uh, what I have to do compared to the paycheck that I was receiving, I don't think it was worth it. And that's the reality. Because when I did look at the salary, the amount of years a teacher have to give the school system for them to make a decent amount of money, I don't think it was worth it. I'm like, why the fuck do I gotta give you 30 years of my life in order to make decent income? So 30 years equal decent income. So within that 30 years, I could have been spent that 30 years building myself, investing toward myself, teaching myself to do better. But I give you 30 years so that I can make um, somewhat okay money. That's still not gonna get me nowhere. But that is the game that is being played. And so many people fell for it. And so many people, it's not even funny no more. Because we are comfortable. We are comfortable because we get $1. But I said the average person gotta learn to educate themselves financially because they're not gonna teach you that. Because the system is designed to have pretty much have these kids become employees. That's all. They just want employees. They don't want they don't want people who can think for themselves. They don't want people who can learn to play the financial game. Because the reality is, success is nothing but a financial game. The more you know, the less likely you are to lose, and the more the odds are in your favor. And a lot of people just don't understand that because they're too happy living the American dream. Like I said, the American dream may be the dream for someone else, but for most people, it's a nightmare because they gotta spend 30 years of their life to pay a house. Spend 30 years of your life just to pay a house that you didn't even live in it long enough. Why? Because you were too busy being on the clock, making sure that you have enough money to give it to Mr. Bank. That's kind of fucked up, but that's the dream that they sold the people. Like, it's funny how they constantly repeating it until the people just become starting to think this is the average, this is the norm, this is how things supposed to be at. I'm like, bro, if everybody is doing it, that means that it's wrong. If everybody is doing it, it means that this is not the way it's supposed to be. If everybody got a 9 to 5, you can bet your ass that nine to five ain't gonna get you to where you wanna be at. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being in the 9 to 5, but just remember that you are being used, and somebody's using you to live a better life, and somebody's living a better life out of your ignorance because you're working so hard. Faithfully, you showing up every morning at 6 in the morning, and happily be there so that you can make a penny. And that is the reality. But hey, it's our responsibility to educate ourselves. Another thing is, it's funny how these guys on YouTube are making countless videos on side hustle, drive Uber on the weekend. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with side hustle and try to get little extra cash. But the reality is, you still gotta think to yourself, you can only chase the money for so long. You have to find a way to make the money chase you because you can only chase for so long. This guy can only chase the money for so long. You have to find a way to make the money chase you because if the money is not chasing you, you will never have the money. Because, I mean, me personally, the only way that I can think of passive income is through a business or real estate. And As far as I know, it take money to purchase a house, and business take time to develop, especially a real business. Oh, write a book. You can make extra money every time somebody buy the book on Amazon. I'm like, bro, do you have any idea how much going into a book, for the book to be a bestseller, and then for this book to be purchasing constantly? The average person don't think about shit like that though. But for real though, oh, I'm gonna write a book right now, 130-page book. I'm gonna go publish it on Amazon, and then people gonna buy it like crazy. And the next thing you know, the money start rolling in like crazy, and then oh, I can retire. But like, I'm for real, man. These guys, they be uploading a bunch of ridiculous shit online. Oh, you can make it. I mean, like, I'm not saying that you can't make extra money or some extra dollars from it, though. But a lot of the shit that they are saying are not even real, because they're not even doing the shit for themselves, because they have to make YouTube videos in order for them to try to get a paycheck from YouTube based on sponsors and all this bullshit too as well, where they have to have X amount of subscribers and X amount of watch times before they can actually make a dollar from it. They gotta constantly begging people, hey, subscribe to my channel and this, all that bullshit. Even they try to find a different stream of income, but and then they gonna try. It's kind of, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even I look at them too as well when I'm kind of looking for some motivation and some bullshit. I'm like some information that I may not know about it, but I kind of look at it too as well. But 90% of the things that they're talking about is straight bullshit. I'm just keeping it real. And to be honest, I never did really find anything that they says was useful. That's something that I would willing to do. But hey, they get countless. 107 ways that you can. I'm just saying random numbers. So many different ways you can have side hustle, side income. Listen to it a little bit deeper, and then see the reality. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up though, but it's crazy. This is how the world operate. But you gotta be able to see things for what it is, and stop living a fairy tale and accept shit for what it is, and pretend. You just gotta open your eyes and see things for what it is, and stop chasing something that wasn't meant for you to ever catch. Like these guys right here, you really think these guys will ever catch this money? Of course they won't. But they'll be happy to give up their life thinking that they can reach it. While this guy is banking out of their hard work and sweat. Because the reality is we must live off each other in order to do better. But you just don't want to be that person that other people are living off of. That's the reality of the world that we're currently living in. But hey, it is what it is. Because for me, I'm not gonna go too much detail in my personal life, but what I had to do, I just had to buy a couple piece of real estate, and then put some money toward it, and have them generate money for a lifetime. I mean, I still have the mortgage that still needs to be paid, which still take a significant money out of my pocket. But at the end of the day, these properties are paying themselves, where I don't have to be a slave to the clock to make sure that I have enough money coming in to pay it. I want to be in a position where the money chase me, where I don't have to be the one who's chasing it, because I can only chase it for 8 hours or 10 hours. And the more you're giving out there, the less time you have for yourself. And every day is a day that you lost, regardless whether you did something productive or not. Every day is a day that you lost. So you have to use it wisely. But since I had to remake this video because of the volume issues, I think I'm gonna end there, and yeah. So pretty much, and whoever listens to this video, I hope it bring you value. I hope it help you see things differently, and yeah. So that's just me sharing my thought and opinion about these, well, whatever you want to call them, drawing, pictures, or whatever you want to call them, man, but cartoonish. But, I mean, there's a lot of life lessons in those things, and that's why I kind of make small, short videos that just my thought about these videos, because I find it interesting, and maybe somebody may find value on it too as well. If you did, great. If not, keep scrolling. That's pretty much how the world operates now. Just keep swirling, scrolling. But that's just how it is. But anyway, so best advice I can give to anybody who listens to this video is that um, refuse to be normal. Refuse to be normal. And sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to become comfortable. And stop living in a fairy tale and accept things for what it is, and pretty much do something about it. Because the reality is, living in a dream doesn't get you nowhere. You gotta live in reality and accept things for what it is. So with that being said, I hope whoever listened to this video gained some value from it, and keep hustling.